It is the case that P. You're sure that P. You're justified in being sure that P. You're not inferring P from a false belief. If it weren't the case that P, you wouldn't believe that P. And your beliefs about matters like this are, for the most part, accurate. Is that enough for knowledge? No, because there are yet further counterexamples, it seems. So let's take a third version of the fake barn example. Let's suppose that the bit of countryside that you drive through is just a tiny portion of fake barn country. That it's not off the side, it's you drive through the middle and you see only a little bit of it. You take a winding path that exposes you to only a little bit of fake barn country. Fake barn country is full. The director filled this countryside with fake barns. Indeed, the majority of barn-like looking things in this countryside are fake barns. There are only 4 or 5 real barns in this whole countryside. Hundreds of barn facades. So most people who drive through fake barn country are quite wrong in their judgments about whether or not there are barns on hills. You are an incredibly fortunate exception. It just so happens that the winding path that you take through fake barn country and the particular directions in which you glance, those two things combined expose you only to real barns. So the first time you looked up and saw, oh, there's a barn up the hill, you were right. There actually was a real barn up there on that hill. Next time when you saw, there's the post and beam barn. Post and beam barn. I'm never going to say that right. It really was a post and beam barn. And of course, the last time when you saw on that last hill, you said, there's one more barn. You were right, there was a barn on the hill. But that was only because you happened, by incredible good fortune, to take the one path through fake barn country that would expose you to all these real barns. Any other path you'd taken, you would have made very many false judgments. In this case, you satisfy all of those conditions. In particular, you satisfy the last condition, namely the condition that says that most of your beliefs about matters like this are accurate. You satisfy it because all of your beliefs about barns in hills around here are accurate, but it seems like you still don't know that there's a barn up there on that last hill. Somebody who, there's a way of getting yourself to see this, imagine somebody was hearing that you'd passed through fake barn country. Would that person then trust your judgments concerning whether there were barns on hills? No. Say that the judgments that uneducated people make about barns in fake barn country are, for the most part, entirely wrong. So why listen to this person? So why think that this person has any knowledge at all about the barns in fake barn country, even if this person did, by incredible good fortune, take the one lucky path that would expose him to only real barns? So we need a yet further condition. And exactly how to state this yet further condition is somewhat controversial and it's a difficult matter. But the basic idea is that the methods by which you come to make the judgment that P, that the thing you believe to be true is true, those have got to be, on the whole, generally reliable methods. It's not just that they've got to be methods that have served you well in the particular cases that you've used them in the past. They have to be generally reliable, not just in your case, but when applied to cases like this, generally speaking. It has to be that if you had taken a different path through fake barn country, those would still have been good methods. And the method by which, in this case, you are coming to the belief that there's a barn on that last hill, which is trusting your sight, assuming that things are as they appear to be, that's not a good method to apply in fake barn country. People who go into fake barn country trusting their sight, supposing that things are as they appear to be, will, for the most part, be very unreliable as documenters of the truth. So, what are we left with here? You know that P, if and only if, 1. P is true. 2. You're sure that P. 3. You're justified in being sure that P. 4. You don't infer P from a false belief. 5. If it were not the case that P, then you wouldn't believe that P. 6. Your beliefs about matters of this kind are generally, for the most part, accurate. 7. You come to a belief that P by way of a reliable method. Are these conditions at last jointly sufficient for knowledge? Is this given us a proper conceptual analysis of knowledge? Well, whether it works or not might depend a little bit on what you mean by reliable method. That's not really filled in any detail. And much of the work for people, epistemologists who are interested in the conceptual analysis of knowledge nowadays, is to explain exactly what might or might not be a reliable method. For us, though, we'll just draw a line under this, and we'll ask next, why care about knowledge? Why care about something this baroque and hard to get?